players get to choose their own walk-up music. This is how the game has evolved. You can now choose the music that plays when you're walking up to the plate, all right, to take your swings. And a lot of players go with heavy metal. You have made some different choices this year. Care to talk about that?
Well, I know what you're hinting at, and I've been kind of... People got confused. They got really confused because normally, I've always been like, especially early in my career, I was heavy metal. It was like Slipknot, Korn, like
sure.
I'm gonna be angry at the baseball.
Right.
And there was one year where me and Jeff Blum, one of my teammates, I was on the Astros. We decided it would be really funny to come out to the cheesiest song we could possibly come out to. Yeah, no one else got it, but we loved it. And I chose, Katy Perry, California Girls, So Hot Will Melt Your Popsicle.
Wait, what's the line that what's the section you would choose?
Literally, it would come out and it would be like, California girls are undeniable, so hot will melt your popsicle.
Well, you're like walking up.
Yeah, and I'm literally walking up like,
I love that. I love that.
Honestly, like, I was so funny that you couldn't take it serious, so I would be like so relaxed, I hit really well.
Yeah. So did you get a lot of, did other teammates, did other players give you a hard time? Was it,
Oh, there was a ton of confusion. Fans would come up to me and be like, what are you walking up to? Why are you doing that? Like, they didn't get it. But then once they caught on that it was a joke, they loved it. Like, kids were like, my little niece, she's like, waving her hands, all excited.
I'd have come out to It's Raining Men, Hallelujah. That would really confuse me.
I always thought, I would come out to that Hank Williams Jr., Are you ready for some football? Just to blow people's minds.
See? That's what happens after years
People
and years.
People we're not. We're not ready for football.
Maybe we need some more suggestions of like random stuff that you don't really understand. Like,
or just sound effects.
Yeah.
What was it? Frasier this year in Cincinnati was coming out to like I Love You from Frank Sinatra. Like that was like...
Well, Frank Sinatra's always cool.
I mean, Sinatra is cool, but I love you before you... It's not like my milkshake voice of the yard, but...
I know. Okay, so you mentioned Katy Perry, and you did it first as a joke. Since then, you've been listening to more Katy Perry music? Did you get hooked?
I love Katy Perry, absolutely, but the joke is we're on the flight to St. Louis, and we're flipping through the movies, and on the airplane, and I'm seeing some of the movies, and there's a movie that's like Katy Perry, Part of Me. I'm like, ooh, that looks kind of interesting, but I would never watch this on like the plane flight. I'm way too tough for that. So
because you're with the other players.
Yeah, there's players.
It's a very macho environment.
Yeah, macho environment. You can't be watching like Katy Perry, and so I get on the bus, and Vogelsong sits next to me. Vogelsong, Philadelphia, Vogelstrong, super tough. He goes, and we're talking on the bus. Everyone's talking. He's like, I watched that Katy Perry Part of Me movie, and man, it was really awesome. And we all start having this huge discussion, and I'm like, man, he had the courage to watch that and tell us. So I was like totally shocked. So the next flight, we're flying to Detroit, and it's the World Series, and I'm like, okay, I'm doing it. I'm gonna toughen up. I'm gonna watch Katy Perry.
I'm gonna do this.
And
You make it sound like this is like the toughest thing you ever did.
And not only did I do it, I tweeted about it. I let the people know that Katy Perry, Part of Me, was a wonderful movie. I highly recommend it.
Love it. Well, you've heard it here. 100 Pence.